Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are reviewing the Pint S, the top of the line for the Pint model from Future Motion. Now this board is very fun. It's not gonna be as different as the video from the Pint V versus Pint X with the new software. So we're gonna focus today on basically the upgrades that the Pint S includes. That means the Mag Handle Pro, the performance tire, and the footpads. So here you go. I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, but this tire is very good. It feels a lot like an XR tire, but it's still somewhat nimble, for a pint. But I think it shines a lot better on dirt than it does on the street. Hopefully you heard that, otherwise I'll have to add subtitles here. This pint rips, dude. Like, I like the footpads a lot. They're a lot wider than the stock footpads from the Pint, and I think that was a much needed upgrade. It makes this feel almost as good as an XR. So if you like the Pint platform, this upgrade is a must, man. It's really good. So yeah, I really like the footpads. I think they're a 10 out of 10. They're a must needed upgrade. I think I would love to try the soft compound version of these footpads. They're probably very good. The tire, I think the tire for the street is like a 6, maybe 7 out of 10. But for trails, it's a 10 out of 10. This tire on trails feels really freaking good. Like, I don't know, dude. I feel very stable. You just saw the footage. I was going fast. I went over a lot of rocks and stuff, and I even bunked some I don't speak English. I even bunked some branches, and it was pretty comfortable at that. So yeah, as far as the tire goes, it's pretty damn good. Footpads, they're very good, and the Mag Handle Pro, that's always been good. It's very comfy. So to carry a board which is a little bit heavier than the Pint because it has a bigger battery, I think the handle works pretty well. I don't know what else to tell you, dude. Those are the 3 main upgrades that this board has, and I think they knocked it out of the park. I think they're really good. Now, a little controversial take here that some people might disagree with. There's a lot of hate for the Pint platform, mainly because it's not as powerful as the other platform. This guy wants to run over me. People, dude. Okay, so there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate towards the Pint platform because it's not as capable as the other boards, and I think that is mainly Future Motion's fault. I don't think this platform should be left out as it is today. I think it should be improved upon, and as good as these upgrades are, I don't think this board is worthy of the S logo. Like, you have the GTS series, it has the S logo, which is pretty cool, but it has none of the upgrades that make it an S board. So following Future Motion's naming scheme, if this was an S board, I would expect this board to at least have a higher voltage battery, have a higher top speed because with these footpads and this tire, you can probably hit 20-25 miles per hour easily and remain stable. So yeah, I mean, as good as it is, I don't think it's worthy of the S name. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great board still. I mean, it's a little board. It has plenty of range for a good cruise. You know, you can go up to 20 miles if you're very light. And this board is probably meant for the lighter folk, because taller, heavier folk would probably not feel as comfortable as a smaller person on this board. There's a lot of wind. Good as this board is, it still has one major flaw, which I will call now the Pint flaw. And what is that? That is the charge time. Like, it makes no sense that this board, being released in 2024, has the charge time that it has. Both the Pint X and the Pint S have the same flaw. They take 4 hours of charge time, which makes no sense, because, I mean, the XR has the same voltage battery and it charges twice as fast. And it's the last generation Onewheel, or at least the previous generation Onewheel. So in my mind, it makes no sense that this board doesn't charge as fast, at least as the XR, because what changed? Like, okay, maybe it's a smaller form factor, but I'm sure you can get a connector that handles at higher amperage to charge the board faster. So as good as this board can be, this is not an everyday board. This is not a ride everyday board. You can ride all day with this board. I mean, you can get 18 miles, maybe 15-20 miles of range with this board, and then you have a 4-hour charge time. If you purchase an additional hypercharger, then it takes still 2 hours. So you're gonna be laying around for 2 hours while the board charges. And that makes frankly no sense. I mean, I think the standard for every board should be 1 hour. Maybe that's controversial, I don't know. But spending so much dead time instead of riding is a no-go for me. This is a board for someone that's from college, or maybe needs a commute board to get to work, where they can just get to the university and, you know, charge it in while they study at the library or something like that while they're in class. Or maybe you're using it to get to work and then you just charge it at the office, and by the end of the day the board is fully charged again and you can ride back. But if you want to spend a whole day, let's say you have your whole Saturday free and you want to ride trails, you want to ride street, and you want to charge, have lunch, and then go back to riding, a 4-hour break, it's too long. And a 2-hour break, well, it might be not worth it for only getting 20 miles less of range again. So that's my opinion on this one. I think the next generation should have a higher voltage battery, maybe a 20S 1P or 22S or something like that. I don't know, the battery guys know exactly how many cells you can fit in this enclosure. I don't think you should change the frame at all, because if you do that, then accessories are just dead for this board. But honestly, I think the next Pint, the truly S-series Pint, should be a higher voltage battery, faster charging. Like, it makes no sense that this board is deprived of many of the features that the other bigger boards have. I know that a lot of people love this format and it deserves much more love than what it got. I mean, don't get me wrong, the footpads are great. I almost killed myself. The footpads are great, the tire is awesome, the mag handle is appreciated, but to be honest, it might be too little too late. Do you really want to spend $1,400 when you can just get an XRC, which is a better board and charges faster, for $500 more? I think the next board should have higher voltage, so it has more power, and it should charge a lot faster. Just because this board is the budget board that some people call, I don't think it should be neglected as it is right now. I think a lot of folk love the Pint V kit precisely because of that, because they wanted a pint size board that was very powerful. And this board rips as it is. I think this update of software is the best that Future Motion has released in terms of shaping and behavior of the board. I think it's really freaking good. I feel very comfortable riding this kind of board with the new software. But just because it is a smaller board, it doesn't have to be a budget board. It can be a super small board, and I hope that Future Motion is working on big improvements for the Pint platform, because I love it. It was my first board, and it taught me how to ride. It gave me the motor fine skills that you need to, you know, keep yourself riding as I am right now. So yeah, if anyone from Future Motion is watching this, I hope you guys are working on a new version of the Pint S. That it's just super. You can price it up. People are willing to pay $1,800 for an XR as well as a Super Pint. And for the folk who hate the pints, what are you even doing here? So yeah, let me know if you like this review. Drop a comment. What do you think the pint should have? Where do you think it should go? I've been talking for a long time, so yeah, I'll leave you with some riding footage and see you on the next video. There you go. We have ridden, it says we have 12 kilometers left, and we have ridden only 10 kilometers. So 20 kilometers, that's about, I don't know, 15 miles of range. We have ridden with trails a lot of bunking and stuff, but still range is not as good as it could be, and 4 hours for that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, the board is charging, so we connect to it. Look at that. It has, come on, 50%, and still 2 hours and 18 minutes left. Like, okay, yeah, we'll go out someday. Makes no sense, dude. Oh, I'm too old to be crouching. I need to do some yoga.